Note, when you hear Rafida, this means Iranian Shia. First off, let us define what Rafida Shia means. The famous Shia Sheikh al-Mufid said, there are two conditions to be called Shia Rafida. 1. To believe that Amir al-Mu'mineen, or Prince of the Believers is Ali ibn Abi Talib, without any separating time between the Prophet's death and Ali's leadership. This means that the true leader of the Islamic nation just after the Prophet's death is Ali. 2. Declaring that the imama, or leadership of those who were before him, were illegal in God's view. Meaning, the caliphates of Abu Bakr, Omar, and Uthman. Important note. We don't see in this definition of Sheikh al-Mufid that Ali's imama was either by wasiyah, or advice of the Prophet, nor by nas, or textually revealed in the Quran. And this is very important, because those two major missing points in al-Mufid's definition will be added by other more famous Rafida scholars as a student, at Tusi. Even today, Rafidi scholars oppose on this fundamental point of their religion. But they all agree to curse the companions and the wives of the Prophet. This is the description of Ali's imama according to al-Mufid. He says, Ali's leadership started immediately after the Prophet's death, and lasted 30 years. Those 30 years are divided into two periods. First one lasted 24 years and 6 months. It is composed of the three caliphates of Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman. During that period, Ali was weak, powerless and afraid of the oppressors. He massively used taqiyya. He lied to survive. See how Ali is portrayed, a weak coward who massively lied to save his life. They say he was forced to obey, even to disobey God. It is well known that Ali made twice the oath of allegiance to Abu Bakr, and eyewitnesses were uncountable. But they say he did it because he was forced. Another example. Here is one of their main websites, spreading lies about the companions of the Prophet. They say the companions destroyed and burned the house of Ali, and that Omar pressed Fatima between the door and the wall, which made her fetus fall on the ground. Of course, these are obvious lies and clear fabrications, from wild filthy animal minds, that only those who are from the animal kind can believe. This is Rafida style. They deny what is mutawatir, meaning, historically proved true, and they fabricate fairy tales and claim they are true, like blood rain and stuff. The more unbelievable thing is that they narrate that Ali knows the unknown, and he is super strong, so why did he do anything to defend the daughter of the Prophet? In fact, their lies turn against them. Since Ali couldn't defend himself, so how could he be Amir al-Mu'mineen? Again, only those who are from the beast kind could believe those atrocities. The second period is the last 5 years and 6 months when he was the caliph. Finally, without giving attention to quote-unquote small details, like infidelity of imams, their number and their names, what we can say is that the leadership of Ali and his kinship is a fundamental pillar of the Rafida religion. Note, imam infallibility and papal infallibility. This sounds similar, isn't it? Let's now go to the main issue. In the 6th year of Hijrah in 628 AD, the Prophet led in peaceful assault on Mecca. This assault was for making the Umrah, or small pilgrimage. The Prophet had 1,400 men with him. They were unarmed. This event is more known by the assault of Hudaybiyah. By the way, it is in Hudaybiyah, under the tree, that the 1,400 companions made the famous oath of allegiance to the Prophet. And he, peace and blessings of God be upon him, announced them they will all enter paradise. And the Prophet does not speak by his own desire.
وَالنَّجْمِ إِذَا هَوَى مَا ضَلَّ صَاحِبُكُمْ وَمَا غَوَى وَمَا يَنطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. Just before this pilgrimage, the Prophet asked the Arab Bedouins to come with him and help him if Mecca attacks, but they refused, pretending being busy. So Allah punished them by not allowing them to go with the Prophet in war again.
Then, when the Prophet was about to attack the rich Jewish town of Khaybar, the Bedouins wanted to take part to the assault, knowing the huge war booty to take over. Here is the response from God. Quran, chapter 48.
سيقول المخلفون إذا انطلقتم إلى مغانم لتأخذوها ذرونا نتبعكم يريدون أن يبدلوا كلام الله قل لن تتبعونا كذلكم قال الله من قبل فسيقولون بل تحسدوننا بل كانوا لا يفقهون إلا قليلا.
So, because the Bedouins refused to support the Prophet, Allah punished them by not allowing them to join the Prophet in a campaign anymore. However, Allah most merciful, opened to them doors of forgiveness, but only after the death of the Prophet, saying,
Ye shall be summoned to fight against a people given a dreadful strength, then shall ye fight, or they shall submit.
You can see here, the passive form.
Ye shall be summoned.
So, it is about the leader, who will call them to fight, after the Prophet's death, if they want forgiveness. Let's look at the verse again.
Then shall ye fight, or they shall submit.
This means that those people shall be destroyed, or they shall convert to Islam. Indeed, in Arabic, Islam means submission, and the term used is yuslamun. Basically, those people are non-Muslims or apostates. Let's go on with the verse.
Then if ye show obedience, Allah will grant you a goodly reward.
Then if ye show obedience. What does Allah say in the Quran about obedience?
O ye who believe, obey Allah, and obey the Messenger, and those charged with authority among you.
Allah uses the imperative verbal form, so it is an order. So, the person who will call the Bedouins is charged with authority, according to the Islamic law, since Allah uses the same word, obedience. But, who are the people with the dreadful strength? History showed that those people were Banu Hanifa. Just before the Prophet's death, a false prophet appeared in this tribe, Musaylama the liar. The whole tribe then apostatized. Muslims had many losses against them, and they beat them only after the third attempt, so, Banu Hanifa were the announced dreadful people to fight. Now the real question is, who was the man charged in authority, who called the Bedouins, and led these wars? You all know the answer. The person was Abu Bakr. He was the first leader to fight the infidels, after the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He called the Bedouins and the Arabs to fight apostasy in Arabia. After the Prophet's death, almost all Arabia apostatized, so during his 2 years of caliphate, Abu Bakr fought the apostates, until his death in 634. So, Abu Bakr is the chosen first leader by Allah. Now, let's see what Ali did in those circumstances. Ali obeyed Abu Bakr. He attacked Banu Hanifa, and married a woman taken as the war booty. The woman's name was Khalid bint Ja'far. Ali and Khalid had a son. They called him Muhammad, but he was more known by Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya. Now you have the proof from Allah, would you reject it?
Ubaidah and I and Ali.
We Sunnis are the true Shia of Ali, and all obey.